Hey there, fearless gamers. Welcome to another podcast. This is Matt the Clown, and today I am joined by...
Matt the Vet.
And the Stark Lord.
You guys always take so long after that. I think we all do. I think we're all
we never decide who's going to go in
right,
what order.
so we're all
I was about
to
ask that, and then you just started the podcast. You're like, no, I'm going to start now.
That's
hey,
just
you gotta
how it
be
always
impulsive.
goes, man.
That's how this works, man.
You gotta
be on the edge of glory.
What about Blades of Glory?
That too.
Well, the Blade's Edge of Glory.
Yes, there we go. The Blade's Edge of Glory. So, how's everybody doing?
Not bad. I actually finally saw the Hunger Games the other day.
How was that?
You know, the movie was actually pretty good.
I've been hearing.
I wasn't really expecting much. I don't really know why. I think because I was a little I was being a little
Battle Royale
or teen.
I was being a little Stark. I was being a little Stark Lord because I really liked Battle Royale, and the premise seemed way too Battle Royale for me.
Wait. What are you talking about? Being a little Stark Lord?
You're a hipster, and you don't like when things are popular when they're similar to other things you like that aren't that popular.
That is true.
That's not completely true, except for
yes, that is absolutely true. You've said it yourself.
I probably did. I think it was a podcast or two ago.
Oh, you said it to me in person. It doesn't matter what it was. If it was on.
I was saying like that one time I was being a little hipster. It's like, is it bad that I don't like this anymore because everyone else likes it? It was one time.
It was Gangnam Style.
It was Gangnam Style.
You said that to me about Gangnam Style.
It was.
Yes.
Totally was. I love that song. I still like that song. It's not as good anymore though.
I'm probably going to put it on like right now. But in any case, that was why I was kind of approaching it with hesitation. You know, and
a lot of people did, from my experience. A lot of people seem to go with it, either shunning it out because of Battle Royale or because they're like, oh, I'm not going to like it too much because I'm going to compare it to Battle Royale.
Yeah, and you know what? I didn't actually compare it to Battle Royale at all.
Impressive.
They changed the setting enough that, from the very start, that I was able to, separate myself enough from it.
That's cool.
And overall, it was pretty good. There were things that I would have liked to have happened, but it was a movie, and thus had time constraints. I've never read the books, so I don't know how accurate they were, or how accurate it was in this case.
It was accurate enough from what I heard.
This is a very sad thing in the film compared to the book. One of the characters, who is described in the book as being African American, when they released the character, the person playing it, a lot of people went on Facebook going, this character used to be my favorite, but now that she's black, I kind of don't care about her anymore. Yeah,
Rob was telling me about that when we put the movie on. He was like, oh, people were complaining that black actors were cast as black actors, or characters rather.
Yeah.
And I found it hilarious because according to him, because he's read the first book, according to him, they're not flat out described as of African descent. They're described as very dark-skinned, which should be enough. But I find that hilarious because it's the exact opposite of what happens with every other movie. I don't know if you remember when Thor came out, they'd cast Idris Elba as Heimdall,
which was a great thing. Great thing.
Yeah,
Heimdall was the Guardian.
The Watcher.
Okay.
The internet caught fire because people were so mad that a Norse god had a black actor playing him.
Which is funny because there are quite a few Norse gods that were taken from other cultures, so they probably wouldn't have been Norse.
Well, I was about to make that point. Is at least one Norse god that I'm aware of was taken directly from the Chinese. The Vikings were everywhere. They got on their boats, they went everywhere, and they brought home more than just treasure and women. They brought home culture. But even beyond that,
they also left culture occasionally.
Even beyond that, in the context of the film, he's a space alien.
Yeah, the Asgardians are super advanced, different dimensional beings. They're aliens, and who cares what they look like?
They even in one scene pop out going, you can't just go down, pop around, throw some lightning bolts, and pretend you're a god like you do on Earth.
Right, and let's say they were just Norse gods. They were, these sort of pseudo-mythical beings. Okay, in that context, again, he's not human. He's God. What does it matter what color he is? He could have been blue.
Yep.
He could have been hot pink. And it would not have not made sense. So, and this happens with other things too. I remember there was a time when Danny Glover's son, whose name I cannot remember.
Danny Glover has a son?
He does have a son, and he wanted to play Spider-Man.
That would have been cool.
Like he had made like an open announcement to like Hollywood. He was like, "Hey, consider me and other black actors as to play Peter Parker." And a lot of people got real butthurt about that. You know, about just the idea of Peter Parker being a black kid. And I was like, you know what? After my initial Stark-Lord moment of, I don't like change, I'm just ripping on you today, man. I'm sorry.
No worries.
He's asking for it.
I've had a bad day. You can keep going with it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Do you want to,
talk about it?
I'll email you a picture of an ice cream.
I appreciate that. No, on a side note, my tires got slashed by dumb teenagers last night.
Yo, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
You need Black Spider-Man.
I do need Black Spider-Man. He would put those dumb rich teenagers to rest.
Your area doesn't seem like an area where tires would get slashed.
Yeah, so, okay, first off, where I do live is where they would get slashed, and where I work is where they would get slashed. They got slashed by my girlfriend's house in, like, a rich neighborhood.
Really?
They caught the kids because they're idiots and they're randomly just slashing multiple different cars' tires for kicks. Because they're stupid. That's just stupid.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're a bunch of rich kids that were just bored.
Yeah,
I'm like, you guys can go to hell and pay for my tires now.
That's messed up.
Yeah, so that's how I started my morning today. That was like 6... that was 5 a.m. that started.
That stinks.
Cop wakes up saying, hey, is that your car? It's like, yeah, why? Well, you don't have a tire anymore.
Did they slice all four, or did just
Fortunately,
one?
they just did one. So
well, that's good.
If they did all four, I would have like killed somebody. Like straight up, be like, "Where are they? I'm gonna go stab some people." If that's all right, police officer, dude. Which it probably wouldn't have been all right, but you know, I think he would.
Yeah, but you know, if I'd been that police officer, I'd have been like, "Godspeed,
go
masked man." you need to wear the Star-Lord mask if you ever do that.
Oh no, because that'd be obvious it was me. But no, I would.
Well, because then they could be like, "Who was that masked man?"
Yeah. No one would know. It would be a mystery.
I'm really sorry to hear that, though. That's awful. Tires are expensive.
They are. I'm like half broken now. I gotta spend $150 for a new tire.
Oh, man.
And then they try to make you think like you're getting a deal by buying 3, so you can get the 4th one for free.
Yo, dude,
that's a real like Charlie Brown moment. Oh, I got a rock. Like, I got slashed tires.
But good things did happen too. I saw 4 really good movies this week.
Oh?
Yeah.
That's a lot of movies.
Well, first off, Matt, you know one of them because you were there.
Oh, yeah. God, dude, hearing the Jurassic Park theme again in a theater.
That, yeah. People ask me how the movie was afterwards. I'm like, how do you think it was? It was Jurassic Park. It's still the same movie.
But in 3D.
I went just for the audio, man. Just for the audio.
So, I'm about to YouTube the friggin' theme right now, because that movie has one of the greatest scores of all time.
Yes, that has a beautiful soundtrack to it. That's a pretty good movie. What are the other 3 that you saw?
I saw Super finally. Have you guys seen that yet?
I've seen the ending.
I've seen the ending.
The whole movie as a whole is actually really good.
Really?
I've heard really good things about it.
Like, the movie the whole time had me going, like, either, like, that's fantastic or that's messed up, like, on a moral level the entire time. It wasn't... I think they try to sell it as a comedy, and it's funny at points, but
it's a
lot
dark
darker. And it is a dark comedy, but I think it's actually a really good movie.
I've been hearing nothing, but, like, the ending is great.
The ending's beautiful. Like, oh my god, they just went totally, like...
They went there.
Over the top with it, and it was beautiful.
The reason I haven't seen it is I hate the cast.
Yeah,
Other
you're
than Kevin
not a Wilson guy, right? Or Ellen Page, you don't like her?
I really don't like Ellen Page at all. I don't think she can act. I don't think she's funny.
I think she's cute. And
she was the worst part of Inception.
Well, Inception, yeah, she wasn't good in that. I think I can agree with you on that. But she was like she was the third wheel female character. Like, she had like no point in it. They like just put her in there to have a chick, which is messed up.
Well, doesn't she also die?
Does she?
Or are we thinking about a different movie?
Wait. Inception.
No, I was talking about. Oh, wait, I thought you were talking about third wheel. Like she was the third wheel chick in Super. I got confused.
Oh no, Inception.
No,
in Super, I didn't really like her character because her character was an annoying character.
Well, all of her characters are annoying characters. I hate her because I mean, it all started with Juno. Everyone thought Juno was this amazing movie. I finally watched it. I didn't find it funny. I didn't find it cute or innovative or all the things people were saying about it. I found it kind of annoying.
It's not a bad movie, but it's not.
No, it is a bad movie.
It's not groundbreaking.
It is a bad movie.
It's just there. It's just there.
And maybe that's because I don't like Ellen Page and I don't like Michael Cera.
Right, you do hate him.
And that's why I hated that movie so much.
Honestly, it's a mediocre movie. People were just like, I've never seen this before. And I'm like, yeah, you have. But
surprisingly, that film was made by the son of the guy who did the movie Junior with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Juno and Junior, that's funny.
That was a good movie.
Shut your face.
No.
Okay.
Anyway. You're gonna have to bleep that. I'm sorry.
I didn't hear what you said.
People.
Okay, so you saw.
I saw that.
So you saw
Super. I saw Defendor, which I know we both wanted to see for a while.
Defendor?
With what's his name?
I gotta Google because I don't remember it.
We totally saw it on Netflix once, and it looked hilarious. And
you see a lot of things on Netflix.
Oh God, who was in that? This guy's name. Woody Harrelson. That's it.
I'm looking it up. All right.
Yeah.
I don't think I don't think you were with me because I don't remember this picture.
But I've seen things for it before.
But now I want to watch it because Woody Harrelson in that getup. Yeah, and I love
honestly,
Woody Harrelson.
If Super's like a slightly more realistic Kick-Ass, Defendor is an even more realistic Kick-Ass.
Okay.
And again, the characters, it's even better than Super. Like Super's dark and interesting. Defendor is it's good. It's actually really good.
There's a movie on Netflix I keep wanting to watch called Boy Wonder.
What's that?
I've heard of that.
It's the same premise. It just looks cool. Like basically a dude loses his mother to heroin. Heroin dealers kill his mom. So he invents this dark alter ego, becomes Batman, quote unquote. But
yeah, that's basically what Defendor is too. It's like he lost his mother, but he was basically a Forrest Gump level intelligence character. If you get
they did that.
He's not terribly smart. I mean, he's not dumb, but he's definitely emotionally damaged.
Well, Forrest Gump. Let's set the record straight.
Forrest Gump
was not dumb. Stupid is as stupid does.
Yeah.
Forrest Gump might not have been a genius.
Yeah.
But he was the smartest man I know.
He had a wisdom to him, and this character is kind of like that too, where he's cognitively disabled in some way, but he's not an idiot. You know.
He's high functioning.
Yeah. He's he's got some issues. And he's definitely emotionally disturbed or challenged because he saw some really terrible stuff as a kid.
Right, and he would have to be emotionally disturbed to do the whole...
Be a superhero, yeah. But it's really good. Highly recommend. I recommend that more in Super. And then the third movie is one I should have seen back at New York Comic Con 2008. There was a free showing for it, and I was like, maybe not. I don't care too much. And I feel bad now missing it.
What was it?
Fanboys.
I heard about that one.
I didn't hear
about
it.
It's on Netflix now.
Never heard of it.
That's the one where it's 1998, bunch of nerds go try to steal a copy of
episode 1.
And that movie, again, funny, a little dark, and almost beautiful in a weird way.
I remember hearing about that one.
It really touched me in a weird way. It made me realize how much I missed it.
Oh!
Not that kind of touch. Not the bad touch.
It doesn't have to be bad touch. You just have to want it.
Now,
what?
You heard me.
Now, interesting little notes that I've got here in the world of gaming for everyone. First and foremost, in case you haven't heard, Sega has canceled Colonial Marines on the Wii U.
I figured they would.
Apparently they were keep going strong with it, but then they finally realized that the publicity that happened on the PC, the Xbox, and the PS3 version was so bad that
they put out a bad game and said, "Oh, that was just the game we were working on. That's both."
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I love Colonial Marines. They did a bad job on that game, and they tried to play it off.
So they basically figured that the Wii U version wasn't going to save it with its improvements, and so they canceled it. Another video game thing, I'm sure, Matt, you've heard about this, is that a new Pokemon, which kind of looks like Mewtwo, is appearing. Yep. Wondering, that's interesting. They haven't actually said it is a second form of Mewtwo, so we're not really sure.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
I just googled it to see if there were any updates. A new form of Mewtwo has been confirmed for upcoming game Pokemon X and Y. In the latest episode of Pokemon Smash, the first look at new Mewtwo form was revealed. According to the official description, the new Pokemon is strangely familiar. It looks a lot like powerful legendary Pokemon Mewtwo, but not quite the same. This new Pokemon shares many traits with Mewtwo, including light purple body and piercing powerful eyes. It is suspected that the newly discovered Pokemon has some sort of connection to the legendary Pokemon Mewtwo. And we can get a first look at the new Pokemon below. Looking at the picture of it, yeah, that's Mewtwo.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, yeah.
It honestly looks like they just took his tail and, like, latched it to the back of his head.
Yep.
And that's really the only major difference. It's not great.
Can you throw a picture into the,
I'm gonna give you the link to this whole joystick article. Or, well, not joystick, it's GamePer? I thought that was joystick. I'm confused.
GamePer? Is that like a cat?
I don't know.
Video
Listen,
games?
I'm pasting, I'm sending. Go look. And there's a video. I'm gonna watch the video.
Other interesting thing is, as everyone is aware, the Tau came out this weekend.
Yep, and I'm still waiting for my copy to ship to me.
Yep.
That is absolutely Mewtwo.
Oh, that was
Mewtwo. It might be Mew 3, guys. We might finally have Mew 3.
Shut up. That's not happening. So, I got
Mewtwo next.
My email from Games Workshop saying they mailed out, like, my copy of the book on the 1st of April. Go figure. And then, like, 3 days later, FedEx finally said, yeah, we just got it, we're sending it.
Yeah.
We'll get it on Tuesday.
Well, what it is
like, it got
what
so
Games Workshop Games Workshop tends to do is they tend to email you that they sent it on the truck to get mailed.
Yeah.
But then it won't actually get to the delivery system, like, days later.
Which is odd.
But did you hear what happened with the release of...
Not New York. We're New York. The United States release got really backed up because they expected so much popularity.
Okay, so for everyone who's not aware, Games Workshop thought the second, I want to emphasize, the second most popular army in 40K, they did not think was going to sell a lot, so they underproduced models. So pretty much every store has gotten like 2 or 3 of the new Tau sets that have come out. The only thing that seems to have not been underproduced was the codex.
Yeah.
Now,
thank God for that.
Here's the question I have about the statement you just made.
Mm-hmm.
Is it confirmed that they're the second most popular? Like, where are you getting that from?
Originally based on sales for, like, 4th edition, like, Tau were selling like crazy. I know 5th, they kind of fell off, but that's because they didn't produce anything for them, but they were one of the highest selling armies for their time period.
Okay, so it's based on last gen, essentially.
Yeah, it's like, they were really popular when they came out the last time, because people love that crap. They're not going to be popular. I think they just, I don't know.
I think it was more the only thing I could guess is that they looked at sales on Chaos and Dark Angels and assumed that the same thing was going to happen again.
Yeah, but the thing is, Chaos and Dark Angels are just Marines. If you want to play with them, you just buy any Marine. It doesn't really matter, really, you know, for the most part.
Yeah. But still, I guess they're just... Well, then again, though, they would have noticed a peak in sales just across the board of Space Marine models, whether it not be the new models or not.
Well, no, because people already have Marines. Everyone has Marines. I have Marines. I don't even play them.
But that's the only thing I can guess is that they went and looked at it and went, oh, they didn't sell well, so obviously this new army isn't going to sell well, so let's not bother producing a lot.
I'm in crazy conspiracy mode right now. It's probably they couldn't maybe financially produce a lot of them, so when there was an over-influx, they said, oh, we didn't realize we made a minor mistake, instead of being like, yo, we just couldn't afford to, we don't want to let you know that kind of numbers, because then
I highly doubt it was a financial thing on their end, considering like the size of the company. I think it's more likely that they were just like, it's not Space Marines, or deal with it, nerds. Like, I think it's more likely that they just don't care.
Yeah.
And it looks like also another piece of information that we've gotten. Matt, you weren't here for the last time, but there was a big thing going around that plastic Thunderhawks were coming because of the final page in the back of the book of the latest White Dwarf.
Has that finally been disproven?
It hasn't been officially disproven, but another source is saying it's saying that it's not a Thunderhawk gunship. The new rumor is that instead of that, they're making a plastic kit that can either go Imperial or Chaos, and it's a Titan-class weapon. Not as big as a Warhound, but it's going to be bigger than a Baneblade, so everyone's assuming that it's probably like a Knight, and that they're finally going to do like some Mechanicum representation.
Yeah, that'd be cool if that'd be nice to do some Mechanicum stuff.
It would be nice to have another Walker, aside from the Stompa.
And again, going Chaos or, Imperial just means add some spiky bits and change the paint scheme. That's not...
no. Like, a good example, just, have to fight you on this one, is like, with the Warhound, some different plates that kind of look all warped and chaosy and different pilots. Like, in the Warhound,
you get
for
what
the
I mean.
pilot...
It's a couple little minor swaps here and there can make it look chaosy.
Yeah. But I think it's an interesting note that if it's true that it's a kit that goes Chaos Imperial, it's interesting that this would pretty much be the first time they've done that, in a sense.
Yeah, technically, I think you're right.
Because they still do Chaos Land Raider, Imperial Land Raider, Chaos Predator, Imperial Predator. They haven't meshed the two kits together yet.
They have. They're called Space Wolves.
I would stop that.
That is true. That is true. They are the Chaos.
Yeah. They look really good in Chaos colors. They just naturally flow into it.
Speaking of, there's some rumor that Space Wolves are getting an update along with the Blood Angels.
Ugh. I mean, Blood Angels, yay, but Space Wolves, ugh.
The Blood Angels supposedly, rumor has... Now, this is all not confirmed, and it hasn't... And from my understanding, it has not come from one of the more trusted sources of rumors. But there's a talk that the Blood Angels are going to get whole new resculpts and such, that the Space Wolves are not going to get much, but they are going to get Wolfen models and a couple of other new things, but not as big of a redo as some of the other kits that we'll be seeing.
Okay.
Let's see if I can get the actual, the statement about it exactly. Wolves early mid 2014, Inquisition fall and 2014, Blood Angels fall and 2015. Not many releases for Wolves, just specific flyer variants, fine cast big Predator Wolfen units included. They also get almost all Marine releases till then a part of flyers. Inquisition, all three Ordos, two different armies, Grey Knights and
Sororitas, that's the sister.
Sororitas. Inquisitors can replace Imperial Guard HQs, Blood Angels on early redesign.
So is that they're talking about with the Inquisition? Are they talking about doing like an allies thing then, technically, or like a mini deck?
I think it's saying if you want, you can swap out the commander squad for an Inquisitor instead.
Yeah, but
and actually, this came from Ferret 212, who's
Fate,
one of the more...
Or Fate. There's no R.
Fate.
I have no idea how to say it.
212, who's one of the more reliable sources, actually, for rumors.
His blog, was it Nafka, is the name of the blog?
Yeah.
Or 212, is a great rumor blog. It's my favorite. I read it when I go on the internet. I'll read 40k stuff. I read that one daily. Because he only puts up the stuff. He only puts up the stuff that he thinks has got reliable sources behind it. Usually.
Yeah, and he's fairly right most of the sometimes.
Well, again, he's putting on. He really is just an aggregate of other rumors, but he looks for the ones that are the most reliable. Like, this source is usually pretty right, so we're going to go with this one.
So Starklord, you may be seeing your sisters by the end of 2014.
Only if they're in plastic.
No, you'll still see them. You just won't buy them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a shame because you love your sisters.
I do.
You love your little.
He's a family man.
Yeah. He is. And so yes, and you, Matt, your Blood Angels apparently are going to be kicking off the fall end of 2015. Oh, great.
In a couple of years, I'm going to need new stuff.
Surprisingly, at least going off of with the Dark Angels and the Chaos Marine codexes, there hasn't been a huge need for changing out everything. Like, look at my army. My army, the only thing, I really didn't have to change anything, and if anything, I just had to add 2, because I could still use what I had. They were just too cheap to, their point reduction just made it where I didn't have the tournament-size army list anymore.
I suppose. I just get the feeling that something new is going to come out, and I'm going to think it's really dope, and I'm really going to want to add it, and it's just going to be a nightmare.
And speaking of really dope stuff, you know about me and my decision to make a Phantom Titan part of my collection?
Yes.
You know what's going to happen once I get him and the arms and build and paint him, right?
Say that one more time. I got distracted.
You do know what's going to happen once I get him and the arms and build and paint him, right?
Apocalypse battle?
Some kind of apocalypse game, yeah.
Not just any apocalypse game, an apocalypse game with Master Ambrose.
Oh God, yeah, because he's got to fight all the big things that outclass him.
He's got to fight everything, because so far he's like 4 for 5 or something like that. He's only lost to 1 so far.
Well, he lost to the Titan.
Yeah, that's what I'm just saying.
I think he's lost before. It's just that he held off the what was that, like, Necron god thing you were rocking?
Ripped apart the Nightbringer.
He didn't rip it apart.
He lost to the Nightbringer. He couldn't hurt it,
he
but
held it off long enough.
I thought he killed him.
Did he?
No.
There's no way Ambrose
I think that was a draw, actually. I think that was a draw. Ambrose may have died on the very last turn, but he held that guy off for several
You know what
times.
it was? You know what it was? Is he killed the Nightbringer, but the Nightbringer's explosion killed him, I think, was what happened.
I don't think he could hurt the Nightbringer. He was only strength 4.
He was. It was just extraordinarily difficult.
No,
it was very hard for him to do it.
It was something to do with the Crozius made him capable of hurting it, I think.
I don't.
But either way,
Well,
I know that
it
it wasn't like he tore it apart. It was just like he gave your sisters a chance to tear apart whatever was nearby.
If you remember, Matt, he saved my sisters from getting squished.
Yes, he did.
About. He just rolled an Ambrose into certain death and saved the whole unit. It was pretty cool.
That was also the same game where what's the little pyramid thing the Necrons had?
The monolith.
Yeah, that was the game where the monolith just couldn't hurt him.
Yep.
Like, it hit him with the force whip, and he was like, no.
He hit him with
shot
all
him,
the
and he was like, you're
firing
cute. Yeah, he was just looking at the thing like, you're adorable.
And even Helios, my Warhound, had to fire at Ambrose like 6 times.
He made it
with
to Helios'
everything.
foot.
Yeah.
I consider that a big feat.
You know what? Oh, that was a pun.
It was, yeah.
Yeah, but I remember that with that, honestly, Ambrose was rolling with my guard at the end there. I think he might have, made it if he wasn't rolling with the guard. Like, the guard was supposed to be his meat shield at that point.
Yeah, it didn't work out that way.
Yeah, and then the template landed on all of them.
Yeah,
and
templates do that.
If they'd stayed separate, maybe we could have beat that Warhound. Like, my bet should have just been cannon fodder.
That's fighting words right there.
Yeah. Well, dude, we did hurt the Warhound. I shot him with a bunch of missiles right at the beginning. I'm like, Sentinels, go.
Yep, you did manage to hurt it, and eventually
punched it in the heel and it got hurt, or someone.
Yeah. One of the biker dudes. I'm pretty sure
it was your marshal. The marshal hurt it. Ambrose didn't make it because he got blown up with my guard, but your HQ, the other HQ, did punch it in the heel and take out the drive.
Broke it. He reduced its movement by 5 centimeters.
Yeah.
And then James, then me and James's Titans battled each other once, and that's so far the only time he's ever used that Titan.
Yep.
In a game.
I forgot about that thing.
It was glorious, that whole battle. We gotta eventually put that online.
Yeah, you did record that.
We did record, but we recorded it in such a way where there was gonna be voiceovers explaining what was happening.
And we didn't get around to doing that.
Yes. Yet. I still have the script. I still have all the notes for that battle, so it can be done.
But going back to it, if they do another big model, that's cool.
If they do, I'd buy a bunch of them just to affiliate, because my dudes are supposed to be Skitarii forces.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, they already have the Tau FAQ up, FAQ.
Okay.
Which I love. They like that they get them up so fast now. And it's the shortest one ever, and it's hilarious.
Wait. You mean there weren't that many mistakes in the new codex?
There are 2.
Gasp!
Not including spelling errors.
You know what? They heard our podcast about the Dark Angels Codex, and they stepped up their game.
Frankly, by the time they heard that, it would have already been done being printed, so probably not.
No. See, they went back and destroyed all the copies and reprinted it.
Which is why they didn't have any models.
Yes, because they were too busy rewriting the book.
Gotcha. Totally logical.
We're changing the world.
No, you're not.
You're really not.
Make me feel special.
No.
That's not my job.
And, okay, going off. New Horus Heresy stuff out. There was a Forge World Open Day 2013. It was either Saturday or Sunday, I forget which. But they have some pictures of the new Horus Heresy models. And one is a Heresy Landspeeder, which looks interesting. And then a new variant on the Fellblade, which is called the Fellglaive.
Wait, what? What?
It's called the Fellglaive. It kind of looks like think of it like a...
I'm looking at it. It's just a rounder tank.
It looks like if you take the Baneblade, the Storm Talon, the one with the plasma turret. Mm-hmm. Take that plasma turret, actually make it a turret instead of a hull-mounted gun, and make it look pseudo like a rail gun, and that's pretty much the new tank.
It looks alright, though I'm looking at
looks interesting.
I'm looking at this heavy land speeder, and I don't know if you noticed, but that thing's got las cannons on it.
Yes, it does.
It looks pretty cool. It kind of looks Star Warsy to me. Got these nice rounded shapes to it.
What I find interesting, its engines look very much like that of a Falcon Graph tank.
I see what you're saying. I think that's just making it look like a jet engine kind of thing.
I know, but I'm just saying it looks interesting how, like, in a sense, it kind of shows the progression of Imperial technology. Like, they were starting to kind of get into that era of tech, and then they bounced backwards.
You're looking at this thing, and it's got these really nice curves and shapes to it, and if it wasn't for the obvious las cannon, I mean, maybe you could almost say it was an Eldar vehicle, or close to. It does have this nice organic shaping to it, which is very unusual.
Yeah.
For that stuff.
And again, these Fellblade and Fellglaive look very interesting, but I don't know. I think it's just too much money. But like if I had a better paying job, then maybe I'd be more like, OMG, I gotta go get this stuff. And they also have a new Imperial armor coming out that's all about the Necrons.
Oh joy.
So we know James is probably going to be enjoying that, because I did see there's a preview of one of the new vehicles in the new White Dwarf.
Really?
At the very back, there's a whole "What's Forge World working on?" And
you think I would have noticed that? I didn't. The last White Dwarf, I just read the Tau stuff and closed it.
You fool!
Like, I don't care about your fantasy stuff. I just want to read about Tau.
Who cares about the Tau?
You're not my real dad.
Well, technically now his real dad's part of the greater good.
What?
That's right.
Huh?
So
your dad's actually a Tau.
I knew it.
So I have a question completely unrelated to 40K.
Why?
Go right ahead.
When is Legend of Korra coming back?
Soon, actually.
Because I like Rob just steamed me like a picture, and it was Legend of Korra related, and I suddenly want so badly for that show to be back.
Can you
steam that show was really good.
Send us this picture?
Yeah, I'll show you what he sent. I mean, it's not that great, but
now
you'll love it because it's also Star Wars related.
Did you ever finish Legend of Korra?
Yeah, I watched it like the day it finished.
I put it in the chat here.
I love the Legend of Korra. I was watching it every minute I could. That is a pretty funny picture, by the way.
I still find it funny that I have yet to see all of Last Airbender. And in fact, I don't think I'm even all the way through season 1.
You're not. You still have my season 1. And when you're done with it, I'm going to have to somehow get season 2 and 3 from Matt to give to you.
Well, it's on Netflix, dude.
Too bad.
Well, there's an easy way for you to get your seasons back.
Uh-huh.
You know, just cut out some of the crap that you do and do what you're supposed to do.
And watch Gal Gaigar.
Yes, you need to know what happens.
That's called extortion.
It is.
That is called extortion, and is not legal. Just saying.
But going back really quick, 2 is coming out soon, like this month or next month supposedly, and then 3 and 4 for seasons have been greenlit. So like we're going to get 4 seasons of Korra.
Interesting.
Awesome.
They got an extra
like that
season.
show was so good, dude. Like, you know how adamant I was against Last Airbender.
I know.
As far as watching it goes, and then I saw Korra, and I was like, okay, this is pretty dope. And
now,
then, like, yeah.
Now, I got one thing, is why were you so against it?
The hipster. You thought it was already popular.
It wasn't even that.
Admit it.
It wasn't that.
Okay. It looks like it's coming out April 13th.
You gonna let me answer his question?
No, I'm just gonna keep segueing into other things.
Darn it, Star-Lord, let him talk. I will drop you from the call.
I hope you step on a Lego.
That's possible.
Yeah, I'll set it up that way. You know, in retrospect, I'm not even really entirely sure. I think it was a matter of the I wasn't in love with the premise of, like, you know, at least as I understood it, and I didn't really like the animation style. I still don't really like the animation style. I'm not super into that, like, pseudo-anime thing that they were going for. And I think, in my opinion, they moved away from that a little bit for Korra.
They did a little.
Which I think is what got me to at least start to get into it. But yeah, I didn't really like the whole, it's a Western anime thing, and people kept describing it as that, and at the time, and even now, I'm kind of, like, I left my anime phase. Like, I'm not so much into anime as I used to be. So I think that was what was turning me off. Because I love Kung Fu. Like, you guys know this.
Yes, you do.
And it really is just like Kung Fu with, like, fireballs. But, I don't know, it was mostly the animation style that I just couldn't get behind.
Yeah,
and that's probably also why I haven't watched all of the first, all of that Last Airbender yet, as much as I will admit that it's good.
I found that by season 3, the animation did a drastic change.
Well, you know what happened in season 3, right?
Oh, I knew what happened with season 3, yes. Yeah. I know, but...
Do the fans, the people listening know.
Okay, well, Starkload, why don't you enlighten them?
No, I don't want to.
No, you brought it up, you have to now.
The season 3 was done, and then basically bad things happened, like the studio caught fire or something and lost all of it, and they had to redo the whole thing.
Okay.
That was a short story. That's why it looks different, because they just we don't have the time to do it again. Just do it quick.
So they basically hired another group to do the animation, and I kind of like the animation in season 3.
Yeah, it was good. They did it. I liked it overall. Everything good.
I love that Rufio is in it.
Dante Bosco, or whatever his name is. Basco, something like that. Dante something.
I love the fact that he's in the show, and I was like, holy crap, that's Rufio. And he's playing pretty much the same character.
You know, speaking of Rufio, I don't know if this is more for more for Stark-Lord than for you. I am sorry.
You're bad.
I'm slipping all over the place today. But he's making notes of when he needs to bleep things. What a trooper. But yeah, Stark-Lord. You've been watching Once Upon a Time, correct?
Yeah.
Are you up to date?
There wasn't one last week, right?
No, there was not one last week.
Is there one this week?
I think so.
Okay.
But you're up to date-ish?
Yeah.
Okay. My theory is that Neil, Henry's dad, is either Peter Pan or Rufio.
He's totally Peter Pan.
Okay.
Spoilers.
I'm glad I'm not the only one.
We've been saying he's in Peter Pan since...
Well, because...
Yeah.
Well, Robin disagrees with me.
Really?
Robin
obvious.
Robin thinks he's just a lost boy, like not actually the Pan.
No. He hated Hook too much. I mean, all
Thank
the Lost
you.
Boys
I'm hoping it's either that he's the Pan or Rufio.
Also, he said he knew how to fly a pirate ship. And by fly, I mean pilot. I mean, none of the Lost Boys knew how to do that except for the Pan.
I'm pretty sure Rufio could have done it.
Okay, yeah, Rufio was kind of awesome.
Yeah, like I'm actually kind of, I'm kind of torn. If he's not Pan, if he's Rufio and not Pan, I will still be mad happy because Rufio's so dope.
This is assuming that they're going with the Dustin Hoffman, Robin Williams.
Well, that was a
Peter
Disney
Pan.
film. That was a Disney film, correct?
And Disney, Disney is semi-canon.
Yeah, they're doing the Disney versions of all these things.
Okay,
so
then it is highly possible.
Yeah.
Okay.
But all I want before the end of this season is for him to crow. Like, I want so badly for this character to crow, like, mid-battle.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
that would be the nail in the coffin, just saying that,
I'd call you and be like, he crowed. He crowed?
Again.
Oh my god, he crowed?
40 minutes.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Stark Lords. I'm so desperate to reveal your identity to the world.
I didn't even notice he did it. That's the worst
You
part.
did. I have.
You know what
it
it is? It's
because your name is on the Skype channel. You should change that.
Well, it's not just that. The podcast is more casual.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting here like... Well, I mean, first of all, I'm sitting here in my underpants. And second of all, I'm sitting here talking to my friends, and I'm not used to
in your
calling
underpants.
him Stark-Lord in my underpants. Exactly. Usually by the time I'm in my underpants...
Matt, this picture's for you, by the way.
I'm using his first name. Okay, what is this picture that you're sending me?
I win, I destroy him on the channel. I'm the best.
That is good.
Since you can't see it, viewers, it's a mixture of Nigel Thornberry and a Magikarp. And it's wonderful.
Show this to Rob. Oh my god.
Can we put a link to that picture in the description for the video?
Oh my god.
I'll try to remember.
Oh my
I'll
god.
try to remember that.
Flashing. Oh my god, that's amazing.
He would say that.
Imagine Tim Curry saying that.
Oh my god, Nigel Thornberry was Tim Curry?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize.
You didn't know that?
Oh my god, thinking about it, it makes perfect sense. Oh my god. Stark-Lord, you may have just made my year. Because, like, so many of those, like, Nigel Thornberry Photoshop things, they're not actually that funny. This one is truly inspired.
That one's
Oh my goodness.
So now I have if I ever play the game again and I get a Magikarp, he's got to be named Nigel.
Yeah, from here on out. I'm about to put something else in the little chat here just because
You know what was great about Nigel Thornberry, really quick? He always says something to the extent of, like, as safe as the south coast of England or something like that whenever things are going bad. And most Americans don't know this, but that's him kind of lying because... Well, not lying, but he always says that, but the south coast of England is known for having lots of wars and being very unsafe. So usually when things are going bad, he's like, it's just like this, trying to make people feel better. But honestly, it was not a comforting thing if you knew what he was talking about.
Yeah.
Fortunately, he never taught his children
was,
British history.
If you think about that show, it was terrifying.
The show was great.
It was great, but it was also like this dude just brought his family out into the jungle because he's out of his friggin' mind.
Did you not watch The Crocodile Hunter?
The Crocodile Hunter.
Oh, okay, so this is actually relevant because I was talking to Rob recently about Bindi Irwin. God, I hate it.
I have this picture here.
But what are you saying? Oh, the picture of the dog that ate too many pot brownies? Yeah.
Yep.
Great. But I was talking about Bindi Irwin and about how, like, when she grows up, I'm kind of hoping that she's like a real life Lara Croft. Just like
she practically is
being intrepid and going on like sexy adventures. And then I decided to Google her. Well, I decided to Google her, and she's like 14 now, dude.
Yeah. And she runs, like, the Crocodile Hunter Park or whatever.
It's crazy, like, and, like, you look at, like, I look at pictures of her when she was a little girl, and I look at pictures of her now that she's 14, and I'm like, that's a different person?
Mm-hmm.
But then, like, I look closer, and I'm like, no, it's not. But it's crazy, because, like, I remember her as, like, little, like, babby Bindi Irwin, and now she's, like, she's 14, and she's kind of cute, and it's weird, dude. Like, her dad would be proud of her, though. I know that.
Yeah, she's more badass than all three of us combined. Just gonna say it.
I don't know if she's... Well, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. There's no denying that.
It's just... I mean, like, she's rocking, like, giant snakes when she was, a little babby.
She was feeding crocodiles with her daddy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay,
I'm just throwing random pictures into the chat,
fine.
by the way.
Yeah.
Have you seen, Hunger Games?
No, I haven't. I've read half of the book.
Then literally neither of you are going to get this joke in this picture, so I'm not going to post it.
No, do it. Do it anyways. I want to. I want to get it.
You're not going to get it. You're not going to
do it.
I hate you.
Do it.
You're the worst. What'd you just post? Starring role for Bindi Irwin in Nim sequel?
I just did it because it's a picture of her.
Oh, Nim's Island. I thought it was talking about Secret of Nim, and I was like, what? Secret of Nim sequel? But no.
No. Have you seen the Secret of Nim sequels?
There are sequels?
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
Timmy's Great Adventure.
It's terrible.
Oh, God.
Where
Why?
Eric Idle is the villain.
But, Matt, both of you missed the 2 other things I've posted that you'll find amusing.
I saw. It was like Jaguar and the otter with I need this with the I actually already had that one up. I was about to send it to you. For all of our listeners, we've started just looking at Imgur or Imager. Okay, here's a question for our viewers. How do you pronounce this? imgur.com. I say Imgur. What do you guys think?
Yep. I have no clue.
No answers.
No answers. No one has an answer.
Starklord.
Well, wait a
Starklord,
minute.
Make a choice.
Imgur.
Okay, guys.
I say Imgur.
Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my time machine, and I'm going to travel to the future, find out what everyone said, and I'm going to travel back here. Okay, just give me 1 second.
Let me know how that goes.
Okay, I'm back. No one has an answer.
Okay, well, I want to ask that question anyway. So if you're listening, post your opinion in the comments.
And so, yeah. Anyone else have anything else to say?
Not really. I think I'm done for the day.
I think we can wrap it up here today. Make it
Do
a
we
short
have
podcast.
any questions for the viewers? And by short podcast, I mean like on time.
Yeah, right.
Let's see. Any questions?
Oh, I got one. Favorite character in Avatar. I know it's not wargaming, but I don't care. In Avatar, I mean by The Last Airbender.
You mean The Last Airbender?
Yeah, Avatar: The Last Airbender, not the bad movie, and not the blue people thing.
Can I include Legend of Korra or just
yes,
Last
both
Airbender?
are included because otherwise I couldn't pick my favorite character.
Oh God, that makes it even harder. Can I have a 3-way tie?
Yeah.
All right, then my 3-way tie, and this is because I haven't seen all of Last Airbender, so I really can't speak for much. But it's a 3-way between Bolin.
Bolin's like my fave.
Sokka. And
awesome.
Lin Beifong.
Ooh, all good choices.
Very good. Mine would have to be Toph, because she's awesome.
Toph is pretty great.
She is probably my favorite character. She has some of the best zingers, and I just love how they portray her, and I loved the original concept of her and how they used it as a make-fun joke later on in the series.
Yeah.
For what people don't know, without going into many spoilers, they introduce a character named Toph, who's personified in one way. But then later in the show, there's an episode basically summing up everything in a very clever way. And they took the original concept art for this character and put it into this scenario. So they were explaining what was happening, but also saying, "Hey, just so you know, this was what she was originally going to be."
That's pretty funny.
Which was hilarious.
But I also have a 3-way tie.
Okay.
Bolin. Not Sokka. Sorry. And
so far, 2 for 2.
And the best character of all, Pabu.
Pabu.
Is that the little ferret thing?
Yes.
I love that little ferret thing.
It's the best. Besides, Appa's close, but Pabu's awesome.
Appa, I think, is a little overweight.
Pabu doesn't need to learn how to bend. He's already awesome. He's a one ferret circus.
I will say I was only ever so slightly disappointed in how they ended season 1 of Korra with like the whole reveal about what Amon really was.
Basically, they rushed everything because they thought they were only going to get 1 season because Nick was being
it didn't necessarily feel rushed though. It was just more that I wasn't really wowed by the truth, as it were.
I think it was they hinted too much. They hinted so big at it that it was easy to figure out.
Yeah.
Maybe. But I mean, either way, I still loved that.
It was great. I thought Armand was an awesome
visuals,
villain.
Like, Amon's whole, like, look was great. I thought that was really great. And yes, the spoiler alert, the murder-suicide that occurred, like, right afterwards was pretty great. I wasn't expecting that.
So far they've had two great villains. Like, Firelord Ozai was amazing when he finally gets into the fray, and Armand was great, so I'm really, like, in my opinion, it's going to probably be a very tough time to really top that or keep the same consistency of awesomeness that we've gotten so far. Mm-hmm. So, I'm excited for Season 2, but I'm also being very cautious, because I don't want to get myself so worked up because of how great the other seasons have been so far.
Yeah. Right. Okay, well, I think at this point it might be a good place
to end.
Call it.
So, yes, before we go, remember, if you have ever watched Avatar: The Last Airbender, or Legend of Korra, or both, favorite character?
Who's your favorite character? So yeah, from all of us here at Fearless Games, thanks for listening. Please like, comment, and subscribe, because I like to shill. Until next time, guys, take care.
Peace.
Bye-bye now.